I would just like to enter into the topic by quoting Father Tom Forrest, whom you have just seen in that video from ACYC. Once he, I don't know whether it was from the article or he spoke somewhere, he said, what matters is not how high you jump or how loud you clap, but how steady you grow. Jesus youth gets into this lifestyle through a process of meeting God, gets an encounter, gets a conversion experience. And now, what I strongly believe is this. Often we forget that quality is very, very important. It may be that it may not be deliberate, but it's often ignored. I would like to quote the comment of our father of our nation, Mahatma Gandhi. He told, I like Christ, but not you Christians. Because he was almost converted, he was almost become a Christian, but somewhere he was held back by the witnessing by Christians around. Another person I would like to quote is Nietzsche, German philosopher. He said, I would have believed in the Redeemer if the so-called redeemed appeared a little more redeemed. Maybe this is a bit paraphrased version, I don't know about the exact words. Probably the Christians that he has seen around have such a joyless appearance. Sometimes they act it out, but I don't dare to do it here. How will? There is a story about a mother and boy walking on a grassy meadow. Boy is about 6 years old. This is actually a story which I made out of a cartoon. So this boy watches some horses eating grass. And mother walked ahead. And boy catches up with the mother and asks her, Mummy, I have a question to ask you. Mummy knew that 6-year-old what sort of questions can come. He asked, Mummy, are all these horses Christians? Mummy got the shock of their life. She asked him, why do you ask such a question? No, they all have got long faces. Probably all the Christians that this boy has seen have got long faces. So, I feel that this sort of quality and value system have to be part of our life as part of witnessing. I quote Stephen Covey, one of my favorite writers. He says, quality to life is like fragrance to a flower. What sort of flower you like? Women usually say they like colorful flowers. I feel that women at least, they like flowers with fragrance. At least I like that. You look for fragrance in a flower more than the color. And another quotation is what he says is, quality, a life without principles is like a boat without rudder, which decides the direction of the boat. So definitely it's so important. So actually I give this talk to every formation group for Jesus Youth. So I won't dare to do that here. Because starting from brushing of teeth to putting water in toilets, because it's become very practical. So I would like to get on to the gospel values, where specifically Jesus intends his disciples, followers to be practicing. That which appears in Matthew 5, verse 3 to 11, where he talks about Beatitudes, which are so familiar to you. Then it comes to St. Paul's letter to Ephesians, chapter 6, where he talks about the spiritual warfare. Then the reference in Galatians, we talk about fruits of the Spirit. We have read it many times, but then what happens to us is we just ignore them, overlook them, but then applying them in our life brings the real fragrance of life. I believe that the toughest part of the Bible is not Revelation. People think that way. It's not Zechariah. It's not Daniel. What is the toughest part of the Bible? It's always practicing it. So, I would like to add on with some of the values which I have picked up from the secular world. I am not very familiar with this thing. Here it is. You can see that picture there. My first value is teachability. Hope you recognize this donkey. Do you? He's a hero from the Old Testament who had to teach a Jewish prophet how to behave. Even the first character called is teachability, where I believe that even a donkey can teach us. That's what is happening now. You look at the picture. That is my self-portrait. So, believe that. We got to be open to learning till the last day. Often it is said, once you cross that limit from disciple to leader, it is difficult to instruct, difficult even to work in a team. We become so arrogant and proud. But then, really, if we are open to teachability, we really learn wisdom. I would have liked to, Father Pia is not here, at whose feet I sat and learned for 5 years, was my pastor in Bombay.